Hold on one second. Is it possible that I could I'm checking the volume right now because the other microphone that I was using, I have just decided to we'll just put that aside for the time being. We'll pretend that never happened. And I'm backdoor using the software to send audio to you guys of the actual clips that I play to try and fix that. So hopefully this is a new run or the end of the last. This is a new show. This is the top of the thing. This is a brand new. Welcome. Hi, everybody. Now let me see if it if this works and see if you're here. There you are. Look at that. All right. All right. And yeah, I did. I did so much finagling behind the scenes to try and fix some of this stuff, and then the goddamn friggin' fucking link thing to the wouldn't hook up to the interwebs. Oh, by the way, did I get hacked? No, I'm just under constant attack by the deep state, and I'm being censored and silenced, and it's cancel culture and freedom. We don't have freedom of speech in this country. That's what's happening to me, and I'm gonna live with it. And we don't elect Joe Biden next time, we're not even going to have a country because we're a nation, we're an internet in decay. Sorry, this is so fucking ridiculous. So, also, I need to, there you go, I'm going to put this here, and I need this to be source, turning the thing to the sound. My phone is blocking the thing. What in the living for Flarn Phil Flarn? Stream my name. Ah, there we go. So, Mac Pro microphone. There you go. Okay, so if I push this. Yes, it did. Good. Okay, good. All right, now that part works. All right, I'm so excited. Anyone else see the video of Mitch? Yeah, Mitch McConnell glitched again. He went blank for 30 seconds. Again, he's an old man, but also he had quite the head wallop, kids. And for those of you that support the ADA, the Americans with Disabilities Act, and all that it stands for, I would, in this particular instance, regardless of your ping pong match of morality that you go in, on the one hand, he's why we have the Supreme Court we have, and on the other hand, he's also one of the biggest bulwarks against Trump running again from within the Republican Party, and why they're trying to run interference and without being overt about it. Glitch McConnell, that's funny. So that would be something I would go easy on in that regard. That's it. Yeah, he had a fall. Mitch McConnell he had a fall in when he hurt himself and he hit his head. Yeah, so he's old and injured, and I would say that even with these glitches, that is not an indication, let's say, of him being, for lack of a better phrase, in a Barbara Feinstein situation where she is clearly facing dementia and sort of sundowning in that regard, which is an entirely different thing. That is age-related and degenerative. So if he's having these brain glitches, I would just say go to your doctor and get a prescription for having your seat filled by the sitting Democrat governor. But I'm not, just human to human, I'm just letting you guys know that I'm not gonna sort of go after that aspect, because if somebody's in that situation where they've had that kind of injury and they might shut down for a second, it doesn't mean the rest of their thoughts are broken. It also doesn't mean necessarily that they need the stress of the job that they have, because it might be bad for their overall health, especially at that age. So that should be taken into account. And yes, does Mitch McConnell being gone to some degree, is that something I'm for? Of course. On the other hand, my reasoning behind it is not based on that. I would rather vote someone like that out of office, or see the day that they get voted out of office completely aware that they were voted out of office. You know what I mean? As opposed to, well, he had to step down because he was sick. It wasn't because what he was doing was horrible and unpopular, and he was, every bit of his life was an attack on women. See what I mean? Does that make sense? Anyways, hi, welcome to the show. Like, subscribe. I didn't get to say any of the YouTube-y and Twitchy things where I'm getting you to join in the thing and whatever. Needless to say, my road kit is ass compared to my regular show. We get a little, even that show with all of its glitches, you understand how much I put into trying to get that thing to friggin' float. And so obviously we have to improve the road, show as well, so anything you can help, unless you like bad audio, and you wish it on your fellow Americans, and world citizens, because we have a lot of viewers from around the globe. Love you guys. Thanks for being here. Also, the rest of the interview from this morning with Philip is loading up to my podcast channel. The podcast playlist on the YouTube channel. And it will be up tomorrow morning. It's a big file, and the internet here sucks, so it's taking off. So be one of those things like when you're exercising, just put it on the background, that kind of thing. And how come you're not on Facebook? I don't know. I am on Facebook. There are people who are watching on Facebook, I think. Is that right? There are Facebook people in the chat. I see you. Hey, Facebook, give me some stars to show that that you're here. See what I did there? All right. Oh, nice, Eileen. Well, I will make a version of this with the regular setup if you like the red, white, and blue smoke. Maybe it's a little more calming and slower for people who don't like the shifting, whatever, the float pills or whatever people are calling them behind me on the other show. So, many moments are skipping many from Twitch. My moments are skipping. I don't know what that means. Okay, so okay, lots of stuff to cover today. Woo, buddy. Let me name this real quick. My mic. Because I have to be able to know what I'm shutting off. I had to build. Hey, y'all, come on now. I had to build some new buttons on my Stream Deck because they also croaked in between the morning show and the afternoon. I don't know what the hell happened, like the update for that thing. So I get to basically repurpose. Here, I'll show you. Shit, there you go. I get to repurpose my buttons that are on my little Stream Deck thing that I use to control the show. I had to make a whole new set because they just went, I'm not working anymore. I'm not going to work anymore. And so I had to, yeah, super fun. And all I see are these, green icons that look like garbage, and I can't, and they're backlit light green with white lettering. Nice design, guys. Go with blue, the whole fucking, never mind. I'll fix it later. It's not important. My hair looks straight. Oh, thanks very much. It's a little, it's a little about last night. You know that theory that all pastries are better the day after you take them out of the oven? Sometimes rocker hair is the same way. You spend so much time doing it up for the show, and then the next day you're like, fuck, why didn't it look like this last night on stage? So, all right, you can't read. I understand, Sarah. It happens to all of us. The other pills are a little fast when I'm watching back at 125. I see. Okay, good. It might be a little okay, at least this smoke will look like, it's still softer. Like it. Okay, I got it. That gives me something to work with, because if you're listening to me at semi-double speed, as it were, I understand. Now, couple of things. Let's see. Glenn Beck has Donald Trump on. Hold on, let me show you these things. Oh, God, that looks like shit. Where's he moving around over here? What are you doing, Glenn? You usually take up more screen than this. What's wrong with you? I think this has to, let's see, shrink, and then maybe I pull down this side. What is this? Yeah, there we go. What a hooey. All right, there we go. Look at that. Now I'm sorry, I'm a Libra. It's an aesthetic thing. God damn it. He's got Trump on, and he's dressed as, of course, the snow miser again. I don't know why. Also, This next one is I love the title of this video, so hopefully we'll be able to get to it with the Trump thing because he takes up a lot of time. His gish gallops make me run all over the internet, proving that he's lying even about the most base concepts. Rep Comer unpacks the National Archives, revealing it has over 5,000 Biden emails. Yes, they're in the archives. They're archived. That's where you would archive them. In the National Archives. You fucking chimp. Goddamn, that is just so odd. The idea that they think this is a dunk, but you know, I'm not even gonna get caught up in that, quite frankly, because at this point, the recording is gonna come out. Greg Kelly has it. It's sometime between September 5th, during the October surprise a year early. Because isn't that really what's going on with the recording that Greg Kelly's coming out with? It's a year early October surprise, which is not how you do an October surprise, because we're all going to be able to chip away at how much bullshit's in it. All right, we'll get to that later. And then, of course, Trump has been on a barrage of, oh, I'm a pissed man. Oh, buddy. Oh, I'm going to look a stern. I want a do-over on my mugshot. So he's doing a lot of those. And then they grab some of the same frames if he doesn't like that. But this is his, look steely-eyed. This is a good one. I hear it here. Hold the hill to the hill, hold the hill to the hill. And he just cranked these things out. So he's like, I'm going to periodically drop these videos. And it's just a treasure trove. It's just him. This one's called Bill Barr is Bad for Fox. Republicans, I hope you're watching. Highly respected Georgia State Senator Colton Moore deserves the thanks and congratulations of everyone. Good for him. I'm glad he's finally, he's mellowed out a lot since he came out of the closet. Does anybody really believe I lost Georgia? I don't. This game, set, match. All they have to prove is that I knew I was lying when I was lying. And if I say I didn't know I was lying, I wasn't lying, because I have an idiot defense. Also, my lawyer told me to say that. And I'm on advice of counsel, and so if I'm guilty, it's because they made me guilty. I don't. These are going to be sweet. And some of them are like 30 seconds long. We have a Department of Injustice rigging the election for Crooked Joe. A little on the nose, I think. Should you think? We cannot let it happen. Again. Well, I guess you let it happen the first time. I don't know. Do you have a different strategy this time? What are you even talking about? Rigged elections? Is there another indictment coming? Are the video phone people going to actually file criminal charges against you? The indictments against me should be viewed as a campaign contribution to Crooked Joe Biden and his radical left thugs. Now he's just borrowing from other posts. They're like, I can't think of a title for this one. Use one of my truths. 3 years ago, we had the safest border in history. Today, it is the worst. Well, it's actually not. Actually, the crossing numbers have cut in half, and largely they've cut in half because we ended Title 42. Do baby health filter to touch. I'm not playing with fire today. I have to say, he's going to keep doing these, so we'll have plenty. But I'm not going to try to do any character cams today. You'll just have to deal with me being my silly self. We're going to make Atlanta great again. MAGA. That's really MAGA as opposed to MAGA. Ew. How you seem like you're in internet jail with this setup. I guess. I'm on a what's the opposite of a hunger strike? The debate on Fox News is one of the lowest rated ever, if not the lowest. It showed that many of the participating are second tier and merely pretenders to the throne. Okay, hey asshole, we fought a revolutionary war so we don't have a fucking throne. That you guys know. Fucking don't even start with this Yas Queen fucking nonsense. No, monarchy bad. Okay, the one the the one area where I've shrugged it off is King of Pop and King of Rock and Roll. I would prefer something like the gold medalist of rock and the gold medalist of pop. You know what I mean? But that's a little Grammy. So, fucking whatever. My interview with Tucker with Dirt on Single Boats Watch video and interview in history. Such a great honor. Yes, because according to Elon Musk's Twitter, if you watched 1 second, you watched it all. Man, can you imagine the ratings of Netflix shows if that was the standard for Nielsen for ratings on stream? Oh, I mean, they just automatically starts playing the second you scroll, whether you want to or not. They watched it. They watched. Not only they watch it, they watch the whole series. I'm just gonna check it off that they watch the whole series. If one episode comes up, 5 years of fucking shows automatically get a one share from your household. That's that. Good Lord. And I'm still mad. I'm still making mad face. Ooh. America is becoming a banana republic. Wonderful, because I'm glad that we've got a sports section and a dress section and, nice suits, easy cut, very dignified clothing, and yet some beachwear in the same stores. You can really outfit yourself. Honest to God, I used to say that if I was really in a pinch and needed to disappear, you could walk into basically like any major store, but if you didn't have a Walmart or something like that, there are truck stops where they sell clothing. You ever seen those places where they have like generic shirts, generic jeans, and you could basically walk in there and go 3 of those, 3 of those, 3 of those, 3 of those, or a Costco. Holy shit! You go to the Costco, you're like, here's 5 of the same shirt, 5 of the same pants, bag of socks, underwear, 3 pairs of shoes. I'm gone. Right? You never have to see me again, and I never have to go home. But I honestly, if you really want to do that on a upper middle class quality, I would say do that at Banana Republic. 2 suits, 3 casual shirts, some slacks, 4 pairs of jeans, dark stretch, good idea. Enough socks and underwear, and 3 pairs of shoes. You're fucking gone, man. You're the equalizer. The security tapes from our life. Right. Leaked or otherwise stated were deleted or altered. We're not deleted or altered. It's a fake story. Okay, we got to start here. Can we start here? God damn, he just cranked out a bunch of these things. Rupert Murdoch is a globalist. I am America first. Oh, shit, he's not. All right, first of all, I got to jump into this. What is this? Biden is... Look at the title of this one. Biden is being impossible. I mean, honestly. It's this man. Biden is just. I can't. He's being impossible. What is that even? Oh, that's good. Hal's eyes look wild. Oh, I may have eyeliner on from last night. Still from the show. Just saying. Might make my eyes look a little more outlined than usual. I love this. I love it. This might be my favorite title. Biden is being like... Give it a title so that I can... What do the kids call it? Karen? So give me a Karen title. Yeah, the nerve of this man. The next one. Can you believe Biden? I took a class on how to do titles for my videos from Rusty Trombone. He said, blind exuberance and upset really draws eyeballs. Biden is being impossible. Okay, I gotta start somewhere. So can we start with this one? I know it's gonna be a letdown because nothing's gonna beat the full. It sounds like a hubby-wife argument. Yes, I don't know. Look, I need to talk to somebody about this because Biden is just not listening, and I mean, I get on the phone with him, and I just feel like he sits the phone down, and he just lets me talk, and he's not responding in a way that, This is no way. Go talk to Biden's boss. Yeah. I'm filing with HR. I can fucking not, okay? He's turned into Jenna Marbles.
Remember the fake
Jesus.
news reporting that was done saying that crooked Joe Biden was fully cooperating, 100% always cooperating with the...
Let's cooperate. Oh, no. Is that quiet? Hold on. I just want to check the volume on this shit because it's, if it's annoying me, I'm going to make sure. Hold on. Let's see. What am I using? So I'm going to turn the volume. I got to gack the volume up as much as possible. All right.
Council.
And also, I don't like it.
Remember all of the fake news reporting that was done saying that crooked Joe Biden was fully cooperating, 100% always cooperating with the special counsel, Robert Hur.
That's the part he had to read. That was the note. Just give me the guy's name, and I'll take care of the rest. Special counsel Robert Hur. That's probably his pronouns. Oh, these left-wing prosecutorial people.
And thousands of documents that Joe took out of the White House. Well, that turned out to be a big lie. He wasn't cooperating at all. They can't even set up a meeting. Biden is being totally impossible. You can't deal with him.
You can't make a thing. He said he's got some excuse he's making all the time about being president and doing president things. It's impossible. He's not even he said he'd give records. He gave the records, but he won't set up a meeting. This is all God.
He's mentally gone anyway, but you can't deal with him. But I'm not.
Not impossible to deal with or not mentally gone? I'm gonna... Oh, God. We struck gold, my friends. There's gold in them thar hills of clips. This is going to be comedy forever and ever. Please, Donald Trump, quit your career as a shitty microblogger and go to be like a mini vlogger, because this is fucking magic. Oh, God. Okay, hold on 1 second. All right, I also need to fix one more thing. Is the volume okay on that for you guys? Because I'm trying to... I'll see if I can boost it a little bit if it need be. Fuck, this is so bad. Just let me... it takes a minute for the chat to catch up, but the volume is good? Okay, thank you. All right, good. And then... Oh, God. This is fucking bad. This is so bad. Hold on. And I need to make another button for myself. Real quick. Holy shit. Here we go. Gone. And I'm not. I'm super good. All right, here we go.
I openly and freely security tapes, and I come under the Presidential Records Act. Joe doesn't.
Okay, first of all, your security tapes at Mar-a-Lago after you were president, during the time you were retaining classified documents, are not protected by the fucking Presidential Records Act. What the fuck are you talking about? And secondly, on the day that Barack Obama became president, he signed an executive order giving Joe Biden the exact same classification and declassification powers that he had. Also, when this asshole's... Another point, and I know, like, I don't know that we've been this clear about it, but let me be abundantly clear about this stupid shit. When he talks about, like, the 1,800 boxes, and the boxes in Chinatown, and the boxes at University of Delaware, or whatever the fuck, all those are Joe Biden's papers from when he was a senator. they wouldn't be under any presidential record. As a matter of fact, senators could arguably give more documents out publicly or get rid of more documents if they wanted to. And Joe didn't. He just gave all of the shit to his alma mater and went, here, teach government on how I did it. What I did good and what I did bad, have at it. Use it as reference. I give a fuck. Whereas a president and a vice president can't necessarily do that. So all the boxes that he's talking about are like, all these boxes, the 1,800 boxes of Chinatown, Chinatown, get it? All that stuff. Any senator can all senators give their shit away.
About election interference. This whole thing is about election interference. They're trying to steal the election by interfering with the campaign.
He doesn't seem like he's ranting at all. I don't know what the problem is. He seems great. And I don't know what they cut out by having to go to camera 2. Okay.
We are.
Yeah, there is no ex-Presidential Records Act. That's great, Mark. Points to Mark in the chat.
Because if we don't win in 2024, our country is done.
Thank you. So how do you, what do you bet that all of them end like this? We're fucked. If I don't win the presidency, that's all this is about. Biden does not look worried. Excellent point. Chris in the chat room. This is, there's Rupert Murdoch. Let's go. America is no longer America. All right, well, then I don't know what you're running to be president of then, fucko. What do you want to... I want to be president of the formerly United States of what used to be America. # Rip Portland. America is no longer America. I will appeal. Well, if you ask me, you'll appeal to nobody. Rip us, right? This is a new low in presidential policy. To the Democrats, I say, be careful what you wish for. By the way, people are taking this as an overt threat, especially like the psychopaths that follow him and the like, and that's what you got to worry about is lone wolves. He's not going to trigger a fucking civil war. Don't worry about that. But a lot of these assholes talk about, like, in the press across the board that he's threatening physical violence. He's not. This is just like what Schumer was saying about Reap the Whirlwind. They're talking about within the political arena, and these guys, be careful what you wish for because you might get it, because we are going to indict you too, is the idea. The problem is that he's guilty as fuck, and they've been searching for evidence on Biden for years and still haven't found it. Although I hold out hope that in the age of deep fakes, they finally found an audio recording that will make me go, oh my God, they discussed energy, right? We will win. All right, now. Wow. All right, well, this one's good. This has got to be good. Wow. That's all it says. Just that's the title. Wow. He's even about to say it. Wow. Right. Paul Pelosi said what? Exactly. Here you go.
Wow.
Wow.
Georgia for President Trump.
What the hell?
Georgia.
Hold on. Georgia for President Trump.
A big win in Georgia for President Trump. Georgia, which is
former president.
Absolutely a Republican state. I have no doubt about it. Just bad things happen.
Well, yeah, that's your problem, though, because it might be a Republican state, but you're not a Republican. You're actually so far down the road, you're no longer a Republican. It is a Kemp Republican state, which is pretty far, even for me, down the road of Republicanism. It is not, in that regard, but because you showed up, you made Kemp look like a fucking moderate.
They demand accountability and demand it now. So sad what has happened.
So sad what had happened. I'm gesturing like this because I literally have to move my arms to keep my heart pumping because I'm running out of Adderall. Well, yeah, Georgia has 2 Democratic senators. Excellent point.
Places on earth, but we will win in 2024. Georgia will lead the way. I believe Georgia is going to lead the way, and we will make America great again. We have to take back our country. 2024, the most important election maybe that this country has ever had, because our country is going bad. We're a failing nation. Georgia is going to lead the way. You watch. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. God. I mean, these are just fundraisers. Let's be completely honest. These videos are like, he needs something for everybody. They need a video that's going to show up, and these are all for fun. Don't think for a second, I don't fuck around a bunch with these videos, and it's hilarious. But don't think for a second that these videos on Truth Social are aimed just at the people on Truth Social, or that, you know, because he puts them, if you'll notice down here in the corner, let me show you. There's a method to the madness, and it has very little to do with this dickhead. But, let's see. See that down in the corner? Right there, in the corner right there? See what that says? It says Rumble. Okay, these are unlisted videos that he uses Rumble as a service to post videos. He puts them as unlisted on there, and then he puts them in posts on Truth Social. So he's storing them effectively on there. For free, essentially, too. I've no doubt that it's a campaign contribution that they could get in trouble with if anybody pays attention, that the people at Rumble are allowing him to do this, and it's not costing him anything. That said, they're going to find their way into a myriad of very finely sliced fundraising emails that go out everywhere. So they're going to target different groups that, you know, to raise money from all. I mean, he's going to send them to everybody probably eventually, because I don't think they have a real strategy. But the idea is that they're going to make a bunch of these, and he will attach them to the emails that show up in people's inbox. And they'll have something. This is political. People get it. Thank you, Georgia. So he did 2 takes of the same one. This is Wow Part 2.
Very much to the people of Atlanta, Georgia. I love Atlanta. Love Georgia.
Love Georgia. This ain't what it twice. What it better last time. Really believe that. And I'm saying that on camera. I'm not under oath, but I'm saying it on camera. Love Georgia, and they love me, and I believe I won, which I'm saying. Because that's part of my defense. We're going to play this tape in court. And nobody can know what's inside my brain, right? They don't have that ray yet. I saw some stuff at the Defense Department at the briefings, but about them reading minds, or did I dream it? Either way, I don't think they have it. I don't think Georgia has it anyway, so I think I should be fine. Love Georgia. You can always tell when someone loves you or loves your state when after they say it, they go, yeah, I love cheesecake. Would you like a piece of cheesecake? Yeah, I love cheesecake. Love cheesecake. Yeah, it's great. Oh, yeah, it's great. Oh, yeah, I love Georgia. I fucking love it. You know what my favorite thing about Georgia is? Calling the governor. Because at least he doesn't fucking record everything.
We did much better than people understand. For coming out and showering us with support. We're going through some tough times as a country right now. Our country's...
Yeah, and by the way, he considers himself a country. Trump, I'm a country. America's not America anymore. I'm America. I am America. And I'm going through tough times, so you must be in hell. Just really, honest, I'm joking, but clearly, that's what he thinks. By the way, you're watching House Party Megaworldwide. Shut up. Like, subscribe, give a thumbs up, support the show, patreon.com/houseparks. I keep forgetting to do this.
Because they want to bring our country back. Whether it's African American, Hispanic American, Asian American, men, women,
it's men American, thank you, and women American.
Educated people, people without a diploma. They want to bring our country back like we had it. In particular, I want to thank the communities of Washington Park, Vine City, and Bankhead.
I'd like to thank the very, very white areas in a sea of what I would say is not white. That you guys always come out because it's very Republican, and you guys never have you don't need drop boxes. You got plenty of working ballot machines, and you're a small community, but you're convinced that you're everywhere.
people that this is a political persecution. It's a travesty of justice, but we are not going to let them stop us. We're not going to let
it stop us, no matter what they do. I swivel, 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 and so should you. I'm in my happy place. God damn it. Just for the record, when Trump does this back and forth turn a couple of times, especially, it is the equivalent of like a find a happy place nod back and forth that people do. Just as body language goes.
These are people that hate our country. We're going to make America great again for all Americans. Thank you very much.
No. Thank you. Do not despair. And do not lose hope. Our vindication will come on Election Day 2024. By the way, are we going to find out that these were all like AI created by like somebody who was punking Trump and he doesn't even realize? I mean, at some point, the quality's kind of shit. So would people even fucking know?
Biden, our country is going through some very difficult times.
Yes, there was. I saw it on the news the other day. It was that's fucking horrible. You know. Stocks rising with jobs report in focus. You know what the big good news was for Wall Street? There were fewer open jobs. Basically because all these companies are like, we don't even have to hire. We might even be able to fire some people or lay them off because we're going to replace them with AI. And they're like, how about we replace the open jobs we can't fill with AI? And they're like, good idea. And they drew them down. That was it. That's all. But then, I'm sorry, tell us again, the nation's in hell. Please go on. Yes, it's a crater around me. Everything, because everything isn't perfect, everything is horrible. I get it. At least you're not hysterical and full of shit at the same time.
The National Archive.
Oh, shut the fuck up, Hugh, or whatever your name is, Stuart.
The rule of law.
Hold on. I don't know why these Rumble videos always have, it's weird.
System is being weak against Joe Biden's political opponents, me primarily.
Primarily. It's like the teeth gritting. You do realize this kind of undercuts your message of strength and calm, right? Like every time it's like, why don't you just fuck it? Why don't you just develop an eye twitch while you're at it? Is that a paint by number behind him? Yeah.
Last few months, I've heard from countless Americans who are deeply disturbed by these.
I bet I could count them. I bet I could. I mean, but I would argue that I believe he's saying something truthful because I don't think he would bother to take a genuine poll of the people around him, or he believes that the average people that he's talking to actually count. He just likes when they tell him he's right or that he's kicking ass and taking names or whatever the fuck. And he's like, put that in the there was a person column. Anybody who shouts shit at me or doesn't like me or gives the finger to the motorcade doesn't exist.
Political persecutions and attacks. I want to say to you today, do not despair.
Okay. I'm not. I'm thanks for your concern. I'm doing okay. I'm all right. Everybody's got their burden to carry, but we're doing we're doing our best.
And hope every injustice they throw at us, every hoax, witch hunt, and abuse of power must only harden our will and steel to resolve to save our nation. This is the nation.
Steal our resolve, I think is what. All right. Never mind. You know what? We're too far into it. You're 39 seconds in. Roll with it.
David, we will not let this happen.
It is happening. It is literally happening. Everything that you're saying shouldn't happen or, is terrible and the country's going to hell. It is happening. Whatever the fuck you think, you're letting everything happen. Everything's happening. What are you talking about? You mean be convicted.
Come on election day 2024, we will take back power from these lunatic, sick, and sinister people. We will expose their corruption for history to see. And
by the way, I want to just tell you, don't stare at his nunt while he's talking. Chat room, I noticed some people are don't, because your eyes will fixate on it, and you'll experience involuntary bulimia.
Just so keep on fighting and turn all of our frustration and your frustration and energy into determination to achieve an epic victory in November 2024. Nothing is more important. This will be the most important election in the history of our country. Our country is going bad.
It is. It's bad. It's our country is past its shelf life. Honestly, Trump 2024. Does America smell funny to you? Can we get a picture of me holding a milk carton that says America on it? And I'm going, our country's going bad. America, you had that little number written on the side of the carton. We passed that period. But we are going to freeze America and get fresh America when we go to the store next week.
Into a communist state.
Our country is going into a communist state. Actually, we're getting out of a communist state. I don't know if you've been following the news, but we're getting the fuck out of China. You can call it, deleveraging and de-risking, but we're beating defeat out the door.
That happened. We will make America great again. We cannot let anything happen to this precious country of ours. Thank you very much.
Well, it's already happening. We can't let anything happen. I'm sorry, but America is going to have to grow up sometime. You can't protect it from its own responsibilities. Yes, will it be uncomfortable convicting a former president? Absolutely. Is it ugly? Yes. But America got herself into this problem, and she will have to get herself out. She's got to grow up sometime. Oh, God. All right, here we go. This one's, every young American deserves, what? To know that they are heirs to an incredible history. Oh, this is one of the things where they're anti-CRT shit, and he thinks that that if you learn about the bad parts of American history, you will have a bad attitude towards American history, because this motherfucker spent his whole life, ironically, thinking there's no such thing as bad press, but anybody who says anything bad about him, he fucking sues them. This is just a natural extension.
Every deserves to know that they are the heirs to an incredible history.
By the way, this is like a written one from Stephen Miller or some shit.
Given to us by a legion of true American heroes.
Yes, the American Legion, I think, is a group.
Individuals like George Washington, Thomas, Jefferson.
Yeah, I had to think of his last name, too. I was like, Thomas, fuck was his name? He wrote there's a parchment, and I don't know, they bring him up in National Treasure. What was his fucking name again? Thomas. The one with the statue. Jefferson.
Frederick Douglass.
Frederick. I was going to say Sanford, but they wrote them down. Douglass. Frederick Douglass, great. Loved how he treated Lamont.
Harriet Tubman, Susan B. Anthony, Teddy Roosevelt, Generals George Patton, Douglas.
They wrote these down for me. It's like a Billy Joel lyric. We, American children, deserve to know that we didn't start the fire. George Washington Carver.
Use them now.
We could use them now. They would get me. You know what I need in this Department of Injustice? Because basically I'm a slave at this point. It's a form of slavery. That's what I'm experiencing. And I don't think, and you know that better than anyone. I need the Underground Railroad to sneak me to, well, not Canada, but can we make an Underground Railroad to Russia? Use them now. Ugh.
And legends, patriots, and giants of American history.
Wait, you're one of the people who believes that there were giants at one point? You don't think Mount Rushmore was a 1-to-1 scale sculpture, do you?
So are people whose heroes lived not only in the past, but all around us today, including the men,
including me,
and women of the United States military.
Right. Yes. Yeah. It's always good. Just use the troops as a human shield against whatever criticism you get. Tried and true.
Enforcement and our first responders, who are all willing to lay down their lives so that we can have safety, peace, freedom, and life.
Safety, peace, freedom, and life. So that we can have person, woman, camera, TV.
Our great American heroes remind us.
Hearers? What?
And our first responders, who are all willing to lay down their lives so that we can have safety, peace, freedom, and life. The stories of our great American heroes remind us.
Yes, our great American heroes. People who hear better than... good Americans who listen. No, I don't like listening. That sounds weird.
What about and how each one is capable of achieving this great thing that we all wanted.
He just ran out of it. Okay, he got halfway through the sentence and just fucked it off. So this is one of those situations where it's like Trump sometimes talks like ChatGPT hallucinating, in that it goes by what other people have said before and goes, normally this word is followed by this word, is followed by this word, is followed by this word, is followed by, oops, I'm in a corner and that doesn't make any sense anymore. I'll just bullshit my way out of it. And he does this all the fucking time. He walked himself into a corner either by reading half of the sentence and then not knowing what the idea was and just having to wing it. Watch.
Hear us what our country is all about and how each one is capable of achieving this great thing that we all want to do. We
got to clip that one. Clearly, that's a good audio clip. The shit. He left out like each of us. That is, can you hear where they've got? This is one of the more written ones.
What our country is all about and how each one is capable of achieving.
Each one of us is capable of or each American, that's the point he's trying to make, is capable of achieving their own personal greatness. But he dropped the one of us because he doesn't give a fuck about you. He doesn't care about you, dummy. He doesn't care about maggots. He doesn't care about us, certainly. He's like, he can't even, like, where, each former president can get the thing that he wants when he wants to have the thing. The thing we want to do. Oh, that thing. Yeah, I got it. Yeah. Thanks, man. Thanks. That's good. Oh, God. I'm gonna be all laughed out for the Flapper Show. God damn it.
This great thing that we all want to do. We want to
I have a great thing I want to do. Anyways, go ahead.
Have an incredible, successful life. We want to be also great patriots and strength for our nations.
That's right. We want to be great patriots and strength for our nation. That's why we all want to fight for anyone who is, being attacked by a racist black DA and is being, having anyone, if the DOJ is weaponized against anyone, it's weaponized against everyone. So I can't imagine.
Heroes inspire us to make America great again. We will give every young American the chance to know our remarkable heroes, to love this country, and to learn that the story of America unites us and makes us stronger and free. Thank you very much.
It unites us and makes us stronger and freer. Oh, God. To every COVID tyrant who wants to take away our freedom, hear these words. We will not comply. Oh, it's like, all right, sorry, RFK Jr. Trump has, shots fired. Trump has decided that, and by the way, you're watching Hal Sparks Mega Worldwide. These are going to be little snippets. CSL, we're just going to have like little Whitman samplers of this fucking show today. It's just be like shit, every, god damn. Like, we're going to finally have the videos that will draw the audience that we need to the show because they're fucking that long. Speaking of that long, what were you saying, stupid? We will not comply. Yes, and by the way, to the purveyors of Chinese bioweapons who thought if we send our best weapon right away, they'll steel themselves against it and we'll never know what their response is. So send a smaller one, give them a false sense of hope and send a weaker pathogen and then follow it up with a harder pathogen because fuckheads like this will make sure that everybody is averse to masking and vaccines by the time the big one hits. Because that's what you would do if you're actually evil. Anyways, such a fucking moron. Okay, here we go. So this is to every COVID tyrant. Obviously, that's Fauci and all the people who made vaccines. And who is in charge of warp speed, technically? Oh.
The politics are trying very hard to bring back COVID lockdowns and mandates with all of their sudden fear-mongering about the new variants that are coming. Gee whiz, you know what else is coming? An election.
Jesus Christ. A year from now, fuckhead. Yeah, we don't want voters dead.
They want the COVID hysteria so they can justify more lockdowns, more...
No, we just want people vaccinated so that they don't have to be locked down. We're past that point, shithead.
More illegal drop boxes, more mail-in ballots, and trillions of dollars in payoffs to their political allies heading in...
Trillions? Trillions? I haven't even gotten my fucking Soros check. Fuck you, trillions.
To the 2024 election. Does that sound familiar?
Yes, I hear people talking about the 2024 election a lot.
These are sick people we're dealing with.
Well, say what you will, but they don't have COVID. You do realize if you can't say that a disease is fake and then call people sick. I just kind of just from a languaging standpoint, from a Madison Avenue kind of an attitude, there you're trying to.
A tyrant who wants to take away our freedom. Hear these words.
Hear these words. 14 days to stop the spread. I mean, China's doing a very professional job. I mean, it'll be gone when the sunlight hits it. I mean, stick a light bulb up your ass, you'll be fine. Hear these words.
Comply. So don't even think about it. We will not shut down our schools. We will not accept your lockdowns. We will not abide by your mask ban.
Motherfucker, you were president when this happened. All right, I'm not getting upset. I'm not even going to get drawn into this shit. Jesus Christ, we will not comply, you fucking QAnon dickhead. What are you talking about? We will not comply with the stuff I did and that Biden brought to a close.
We will not tolerate your vaccine mandates.
We don't have a vaccine mandate, fucko.
They rigged the 2020 election and now they're trying to do the same thing all over again.
Yeah, they're doing it a little early, don't you think? I mean, if you're doing it this early, I might actually start to think that you want a lot of people to be alive to vote whether you believe they're going to vote your way or not.
The most important election in the history of our country, the 2024 election, even if it means trying to bring back COVID, but they will fail because we will not.
Yeah, you're right. They will fail because no one succeeds at something they're not trying to do, technically. And no one's doing that. Yeah, I agree it's not over, Be the Messiah. But it's also not a strategy by people trying to recreate it. And this is another, and I think it's important that it's brought up in the chat, is that what the Republicans will and do try to do fairly regularly is turn the regular and normal response to a crisis or a circumstance like COVID, where mitigatory steps need to be taken to protect people's lives, and turn it into, aha, That's the first shot in the battle over freedoms. And you know, it's everything's a fucking war on Christmas, right? If you just say happy holidays to people because you don't want to be, you want to include all the holidays. This isn't even about whether or not you know somebody's Jewish or celebrates Kwanzaa or any of that, or fucking winter solstice. Nobody cares. You know, saying happy holidays means from Thanksgiving to New Year's, I hope you have a great fucking time. And there are people who go, if you say happy holidays, that's so you don't have to say Merry Christmas because you can't even say Merry Christmas anymore. That crap. Okay, so this is the same shit. Turn that into a culture battle when there is none. And this is the same stuff.
When I'm back in the White House, I will use every available authority
Back in the nut house.
to cut federal funding to any school, college, airline, or public transportation system that imposes a mask mandate
Okay, first of all, you can't.
or a vaccine mandate. Thank you very much.
You can't. Also, Republicans, explain to me why you would like the President of the United States to be able to have that much control over your public transportation systems that you pay for with state money or city funds, where even just you have them in your cities and the city taxpayers pay that shit. So the federal government is going to come all the way down to like the mayoral and city council level and tell you how you can and cannot respond to health emergencies without declaring, by the way, a federal emergency to do it. You want to talk about a fucking slippery slope, you like 2A assholes who are like, if they don't let me have a Gatling gun, then they're going to take away all my guns. That whole bullshit. And you're like, because it's a slippery slope to they're going to take away every BB gun and you know, pea shooter you can get your hands on. This is so stupid. Anyways, all right. Goddamn, he cranked out a shit ton of these. What's happening to our auto workers is an absolute disgrace. Now, I know what you're thinking. Doesn't he use the word disgrace all the time? Let's see. Shall we? This is going to be good. I have something to attach. Hold on. God damn it. I have to, sign in. 1 second. One second, I have to. God damn it. Hold on. This is so aggravating. 1 second. Momentary. Talk amongst yourselves. Make sure that's not on start. Okay. There we go. Excellent. Cool. Close. There we go. Going to here. Excellent. Hold on. God damn it. Quit. You weirdo. Oh, for fuck's sake. Log in, you cuntje. Alright, hold on. Alright, I'll just do it with this. I hate this stuff. 1 second. There you go. Okay. Cool. Alright, this will open it up. Alright, now. So stupid. Alright. Now I can show the article when I want to show it to you. All right, here we go.
What for auto workers is an absolute disgrace and an
Oh, terrible. Our auto workers is terrible.
outrage beyond belief.
It's an outrage beyond belief.
Auto workers are getting totally ripped off by crooked Joe Biden and also their horrendous leadership.
Oh, it's terrible. They're getting ripped off by Biden and horrendous leadership.
Because these people are allowing our country to do these electric vehicles that very few people want.
No, you got to make more of them so the price comes down, and never mind.
So you'll ultimately be forced to drive in a car that goes for an hour, and then you have to have it recharged. I hope you don't want to go very far away. Biden has imposed the
yeah. By the time we're at net zero in 2030, electric cars are going to go backwards in their charge. I mean, this is gibberish, but here we go.
This requirement that 67% of all new vehicles must be electric in less than 10 years. That means Michigan and places that make cars, you can forget about it. You better get your union working because you can forget about it. Those cars are all going to be made in China.
No, actually, because of the technology and the chips that were going to be required in the more advanced cars, they can't even be sent to China.
UAW president himself, one auto company CEO, used the word brutality over 40 times in a single conversation to describe Joe Biden. I call him Crooked Joe because he's the most corrupt president in history. He's also the most incompetent.
He's also president. Fuck.
But Joe Biden's cruel and foolish.
By the way,
cruel
this video,
and foolish.
Shut the fuck. Hold on. Shut the fuck up. This video is the longest one that I see on here. It's 5 minutes long.
This policy is, your union heads know it, but the union bosses don't want to do anything about it because they're not leaders. But you know who's voting for me? The people in the union.
Yeah, no, they aren't. And by the way, real quick, let me show you something real quick. I don't know if he's relating to this news or they just decided to crank this out, but there is the Sean Fain from the United Auto Workers wants a 46% raise, 32-hour work week, so they take a whole fucking day off in war against Detroit car makers. The days of settling for less contracts are over. Sean Fain, president of the UAW union, since March has declared war on Detroit 3 automakers with contract demands that even he calls audacious, including proposal for a 46% raise, a return to traditional pensions, and a 32-hour work week. Now the 54-year-old who began working as an electrician at Chrysler casting plant in 1994 is threatening to take his 150,000 UAW members out on strike if he doesn't have contracts with GM, Ford, and Stellantis NV, maker of Jeep and Chrysler, by September 14th deadline. Could strike against all three simultaneously, something it has never done. The deadline is the deadline, Fain said in an interview earlier this month at the UAW's Solidarity House headquarters along the Detroit River. Fain, whose demeanor leans more Sunday school teacher than fire-breathing union boss, has brought back a tough-talking style evoking the labor movement's roots in America. It's part of a new generation of leaders, That doesn't matter, okay. These aggressive labor leaders want to rewrite the social compact with everyday workers around a simple question: why not us? The pandemic and technology allowed more salaried staffers than ever to work from home. Now service and factory workers who face COVID's dangers on the job want to improve their work-life balance too. And with inflation eating at everyone's pocketbooks, polls show there's growing support for the labor movement. This is why when you hear them saying we need to get rid of Joe Biden right fucking now, that's why. Because there's too much support for unions in the White House, and environmentally and financially it's starting to benefit too many Americans. And if by the time, and people are already starting to wake up, the time scale that Biden is on, he's very smart. By the time a lot of this stuff hits, as much as there's been a lag because of the Ukraine war, the infrastructure jobs that came from that bill are starting to go online now, and a year of that work is going to put money in people's pockets next year, to where they have leftover money they could go on a vacation, and they're going to start recognizing the benefits of functional leadership in the White House. And that's why they're freaking out. They need to head it off and go, see, since we got rid of him, it's already better, right? Don't you feel better already? Don't you have more money magically in your account that came from his policies? All right. Fain won a narrow victory of less than 1% by positioning himself as a reformer, out to overhaul a union rocked by a corruption scandal. 13 UAW officials were convicted of illegally using union dues to finance lavish lifestyles. When the scandal first came to light, Fain said it was a gut punch, but he had suspicions because the union leadership delivered weak contracts in times of prosperity. We have a horrible history in this union of setting expectations low and settling lower. Those days are over. Now it's payback. Mary Barra made $200 million in the last 9 years, referring to the GM's chief executive officer. Company filings confirmed this. Our wages went backwards. There's something wrong here. Beyond big rates and shorter work week, the UAW's demands include restoring cost of living increases, an end to a tiered system that pays new workers less, restoring retiree health care, and boosting pension payments. The automakers counter that meeting those demands would threaten a strike. The automakers counter that meeting those demands would threaten their existence, driving up labor costs $80 billion, increasing total pay and benefit expenses to more than $150 an hour, up from $64 now. And again, the building a car for $64 an hour when jobs, quite frankly, at fast food restaurants are approaching 22 for managerial jobs and the like, which, by the way, are hard, sweaty work, close to boiling fat and heated grills and that kind of shit, and dealing with humanity on the regular that can sometimes not behave themselves, let's just say, is absolutely worth it, and you could argue more. But if you're building a car, you're a technician, building something that people are gonna sit in while they drive 60 miles an hour, and their family's safety and their life depends on it. That means there's a quality of work expected, and that should be rewarded. That's my own personal opinion. Will it be $150 an hour? Will they break it 80 and they'll contribute and they'll gain probably the biggest gain that they've had in forever because of these negotiating tactics? I think so. But the idea that this dickhead thinks that Biden is attacking unions is just bizarre.
Yeah, the heads and the Crooked Joe keep using the phrase fair transition. There's no fair transition. First of all, people don't want the electric car. And the ones that want it should...
Also, is that the phrase they keep using? Fair transition?
Get it. We want to have all forms of transportation and all forms of motorization.
We want to have wind up. If you want a pull start, we need to bring back the Model T. If you want to hand crank your car and wind it up like one of those monkeys with the cymbals, you should have that ability. And car makers should be forced to make them.
Describe this unnecessary forced transition to electric vehicles. But there's no...
Well, the U.S. taxpayer subsidizes gasoline. I mean, look at the price of gas in the UK versus here, or in France versus here, and how they sell it by the liter and how much more expensive it is. It's because they don't, first of all, bulk being what it is, or production being what it is, they have to buy what they have to buy. But they don't use, they use a kind of a balanced amount compared to what we use in terms of the efficiency of their cars, certainly. But they don't subsidize the gas, and they didn't subsidize the entire substructure of all the gas stations across the country, and allow tons of tax write-offs for it because you want to keep America moving. That was the decision, and it wasn't a bad decision. It was a smart decision at the time, and it's just like it's a smart decision to transfer. Sorry, somebody was saying in the chat room. 1 second, I want to read that because it's cool. Old man Ray. That transitioning, the government subsidizing the transition is also valuable. And that's exactly what it'll do. Yeah, so anyways. My mom made $6 an hour back in 1949 right out of high school. That is to say $74 an hour today. As far as buying power, she also didn't have access to the kind of stuff either. So there's this kind of, and the level of investment that people at that time had, it was food in, food out, essentially. Like what you had, there were no personal computers where you could build an entire industry on your desk at home the way you can today. You literally could run an industry from your house today in a way that was impossible back then. So even then, even now, if you want to market for inflation, you're still getting more bang for your buck, even compared to then. So, it's like one of those things like $5 for a cup of coffee now. It was 5 cents for a cup of coffee when I was a kid. Yeah, but are you really? It's a fucking milkshake. You're not paying for a goddamn cup of coffee. You're paying for a milkshake. Get a shot of espresso, pour it in some water, and tell me what it costs. Probably $1.25.
Such transition that destroys over 100,000 auto manufacturing jobs. It'll be much more than that.
Why? Why are they no longer autos, or is it because combustion engines are too complicated? Does he just think? And I think this might be part of this. Honest to God, I think this motherfucker thinks that auto workers are just too dumb to make electric cars. That he thinks electric cars are going to be in plants like laptop plants, and the kind of people that make cars in his head are grease monkeys, right? So, in all seriousness, I genuinely think he just thinks when he hears these stories, he thinks auto workers are dumb and that they look like auto workers from the fucking 30s, like they're all the guys who got fired in the plant from in Slapshot.
Billions of dollars that should be going to the workers, and makes new cars entirely unaffordable for the middle class. That's a transition to hell. You're going to hell.
Yeah, electric hell, which sounds like a Wasp album. You're going to. Jesus Christ, what an asshole. You're going to hell. You're going to hell, okay?
Billions that should be going to the workers, and makes new cars entirely unaffordable for the middle class. That's a transition to hell. You're going to hell. And your bosses are leading you right down the tubes. You shouldn't pay your fees. They get these big fees from all of their workers.
What? What? Do they? What fees? What? Oh my God. This is hell. Yeah, these videos are hell. What? What the? What? What are you talking about? What is that? Run that by me again, because I don't even know what the fuck he said. Yes, you got to fight back against big fees, right?
Waste tens of billions of dollars that should be going to the workers.
Where do you think it fucking goes, dummy? Tens of billions of dollars? What do you think they get a cut of the oil rev now, you fucking idiot?
Make entirely unaffordable for the middle class. That's a transition to hell. You're going to hell. And your bosses are leading you right down the tubes. You shouldn't pay your fees. They get these big fees from all of their workers. And it does.
I don't know. What is that? That's fuck that. That is straight up nonsense. That is like he mishears some things. Does he mean union dues? I swear to God. If Biden said this, he didn't say like his boss. It maybe means union bosses, but hold on, listen to it again. He's just all over the fucking map.
For the middle class, that's a transition to hell. You're going to hell, and your bosses are leading you right down the tubes. You shouldn't pay your fees. They get these big fees from all of their workers, and it doesn't matter how bad they are. They'll endorse a Democrat, even though the Democrat's selling you down the tubes.
The tubes. Well, I mean, they don't have to sell you down the tubes. You're already going down the tubes. America's going down the tubes, and union workers are coming with us because we rise and fall together. Fees. Yeah, he means union dues. And when he says bosses, he means union bosses, but they're not. The union bosses aren't your boss. In that, like, he can't even get the fucking vernacular right because he's never had a boss because he worked for his fucking dad.
W bosses and the big three auto executives should be screaming at the top of their lungs. They should be ashamed of themselves.
What should they be screaming? They should be. I'm so ashamed. What are they? What?
Biden cancel his brutal electric vehicle mandate before it destroys the entire U.S. auto sector.
There is no electric car mandate. What? Hold on. The only one that I know of is buying and selling cars in California. I mean, a Target is one thing. Yeah. This is maybe this is its general confusion on his part, which is not shocking at all. But I don't know if this is what he's talking about, but it kind of feels like it, because this is how fucking stupid that they think that having a target and funding it through private and public sector investments, like contracting that there are enough electric charging stations across the country so you could drive across, without having to stop for very long. And even if you do, you can have a nice meal in a lovely little town. This is your town. Yeah, as a part of the, and I don't know where the 67% thing came from, but as a part of President Biden's goal of having 50% of all new vehicle sales be electric by 2030, 50%. They're going to be. We're, honest to God, I think their target is like, it looks like by the markets, depending on the volume, 42%, and they're like, well, let's try and get it to 50. How do we get it to 50 so we can half and half this stuff? Because it'll definitely get us off the, well, if you want to get to oil and, energy dominance, this is how you do it. You get all the commuter cars off fucking oil. Hey. White House announcing public and private commitments to support America's historic transition to electric vehicles under the EV Acceleration Challenge. It is a challenge, not a mandate. These commitments are part of President Biden's Investing in America agenda to spur domestic manufacturing, strengthen supply chains, boost U.S. competitiveness, create good-paying jobs. Because of President Biden's leadership and historic investments, electric vehicles sales have tripled, and the number of publicly available charging ports has grown by over 40% since he took office. This is old, by the way. There are, 1,500 charging stations in the last 500 days. I want to say if that was the number, I might be burping that. I might be inverted. But it's still like, it's the last 500 days. Highway 50 has just been peppered with charging stations, and it's great. There are now more than 3 million EVs on the road and over 135,000 public EV chargers across the country. Biden's Inflation Reduction Act adds and expands tax credits for purchases of new, so it's a federal, again, these motherfuckers, this is all about his Trump's issue, I think, with consent. He doesn't get the difference between challenging someone or encouraging someone and force, because to him, there's only power in force of will, and I guess anybody who's trying to encourage you to do something he doesn't want you to do, they're forcing you to do it. But anytime he's forcing you to do something, it's because you're too stupid to know better. So he has to force you, because you don't know that he's fuckable.
Union bosses and the CEOs refuse to fight back against crooked Joe Biden by forcing him to repeal this disastrous electric car scheme.
The disastrous electric car scheme. And I was just talking to Elon Musk the other day, and he's totally against it. I just wanted you to...
They're not pro-worker. They're not on your side. They've got some deals going for themselves.
Yeah, big lithium.
And I'm telling you, you shouldn't pay those dues. You should not pay your dues, because they're selling you to hell. You're going to be...
They're selling you to hell. Selling you down the river. You're going to hell. Fuck it. Put them together. Cut them up. They're selling you to hell, and they're not even getting a good price for you. If I sold you to hell, I could get top dollar.
Don't have any jobs. All those cars are going to be made in China.
No, those cars are not made in China. Now, Elon Musk is making a bunch of Teslas in China, or at least he was, until he realized they were stealing his technology. He tried to push back just a teensy bit, and suddenly his numbers go down, and people are egging and throwing rocks at Teslas when they see him.
You can forget it, Michigan. You can forget it, South Carolina. You can forget it, everybody.
You forget it, everybody. No more cars in America. Too complicated. Grease monkeys can't make these space-age vehicles. Forget it. You're too stupid.
Going to be made in China.
No. They're not. Why would they be? The labor costs are cheaper in Mexico. Check out the USMCA if you don't fucking believe me. I'm dead serious. If they were going to move a fucking factory to anybody, they would fucking move it to Mexico.
Liquid gold, and we're getting rid of combustion engines. And
yeah, we're getting rid of them. by 50%, we hope, by in 7 years, in over the course of this decade.
Batteries. They're going to make all those cars. We're not going to make any of them.
Why? Oh, right, because Americans are fucking stupid, and UAW workers don't know how to put together one of these smart cars.
So, I stand in total solidarity with you in your fight against Joe Biden's job.
Solidarity, this is solidarity. I heard solidarity a lot with Lech Walesa. I'm the Lech Walesa of combustion engines.
Green New Deal insanity. It's insanity.
It is insanity.
When I am your president, I will deliver higher wages for auto workers. I will protect your jobs. I will end Joe Biden's catastrophic electric vehicle mandate. And by the way, if you want an electric car, you're going to get it.
You're going to get it. You just won't be forced by Joe Biden to buy one with a gun to your head, forcing you to be one of the 50% of people who buy a new car starting in 2030 that would be nice if you... It's a terrible gun. It's rubber, but...
To get all other types of cars.
That's right. Some that, I love the ones that are biodiesel that run because they smell like French fries, chugging down the street. If you want it, the Cheech and Chong van, which runs on the marijuana.
Vehicles that you want. And on day one, you're going to be back in business with me. And those factories are going to start opening up again. Remember, when I got elected...
They're not closed, fuckhead. The union is striking. They're talking about striking. Overworked, you dumb son of a bitch. They're fucking hell. You can't get a raise at a closed factory, you dipshit. They don't... What the fuck is wrong with you? You're overworked at a factory that, quite frankly, is gone forever, doesn't exist, no more, can't be. So sad, too bad, bye-bye.
I talked about this in the campaign, and when I got elected, hardly a car company built outside of this country.
Hardly a car company built outside of this country. Wait, okay. No, I don't understand. I don't understand.
When I got elected, I told you all about this in the campaign. And when I got elected, hardly a car company built outside of this country. I stopped it.
Hardly a car company built outside of this country. I stopped it. So you started car companies building outside the U.S. And you think that's worth bragging about? You do realize you're saying the opposite of what you think you're saying.
It didn't go anymore. I said if you go to Mexico, I'm putting a big tariff. You'll make a car, you can have a 25% tariff if you send that car back into the United States.
Okay, bullshit. No, he didn't. He said he used that as leverage to get his 28,000 soldiers for free and the fucking wall and blah, blah, blah.
Well, right now they're doing ever before. We lost...
You signed the USMCA, motherfucker. That's what made this possible.
32% of our industry to Mexico prior to my getting there. And we lost...
Getting to Mexico?
Almost nothing. Nothing. In fact, we were taking back our industry.
No, you weren't. And we lost hundreds of thousands of American lives while you said Xi Jinping was doing a very professional job with COVID. Does that count?
Going again.
I got the Carrier plant, Foxconn, look them up. I mean, I created entire new boom towns around the promise of factories that didn't actually happen. I don't know why everybody's pissed, because they liked hope when Obama gave it to you, but I give you hope and it doesn't pay off and you're mad. I don't get it.
You have to vote for Trump. You have to vote for Trump. You can't listen to these union guys that get paid a lot of money and they get wined and dined in Washington. They know that electric in terms of our workers.
Why? I'm dead serious. Why? Make your fucking case. But what the fuck? Honest to God, the only reason I think he thinks this is because he thinks that this is like, the reason they're going to be built in America is because they're like computers, and that's how he thinks about them. Dude can't even fucking drive a car to start with. But he thinks they have to be made in like a computer factory, like in a clean room, and therefore our people are still fucking, they're just too fucking dumb to do this. I don't see any other point that he's making, except that the UAW grease monkeys, like he pictures them with a wrench and like smudges of oil on their face, right? That's his pin, automobile. You go to hell too. You go to hell too. That's my only real. Besides that and Annie Hall, those are my two big Christopher Walken moments. You go to hell too. You go to hell too. Does anybody remember what movie that's from? Yeah, it's a deep cut. It's a deep cut. You go to hell too. Somebody's gonna get it. I know somebody's gonna get it because it's such a weird moment, and it's not true romance. Just for the record, just to let you off the hook for that one. Fucking hell. You go to hell too. I'm trying to see in the chat if anybody got it right. Scrolling back through, I don't know why, but they for whatever reason, and it may just be, because the fucking internet gods are fucking with me. No, it's not King New York. It's not Dead Zone, although you're close. Same era. Not The Prophecy. You go to hell too. Let me give you. I'll give you. Love me, Christopher Walken. I'm buffering. Wait, no. Am I in a tunnel? What's happening? Do I sound like I'm in a tunnel? I'm sorry. It's here. I'll see if I can bring it up. Show this. I'll give you a hint. Natalie Wood is in it. Damn it! Why do these stupid things always have these? Let's do this. You're all looking it up now, so don't cheat. Where is it? All right, time's up. And the winner is Brainstorm, which I love. And it's one of those movies that if it wasn't a Crichton book, it should have been. Yeah, I don't think it was. Yeah, no. But the idea is that they were recording brainwaves and you could experience. You said okay, Kath, congratulations. There you go. It's my slow internet. Some of you got it right, so you're forgiven. But they staged the fake argument. Remember, where they're supposed to pretend to be mad at each other so that they can leave, and and as he's leaving the space, she's like, "Go to hell," and he's like, "You go to hell too. You go to hell too. You go to hell too." And you could tell it was one of these takes where they were just semi-improvising it and letting it roll. And he just thought it was funny that she told him to go to hell. So he's like throwing it back at her face. But you're like, dude, you're supposed to be acting like we're fighting. You're a terrible fucking spy. So, anyways, Brainstorm, fantastic. You go to hell too. You go to hell too. Watch it again. It's great. And by the way, a movie ahead of its time. Very much ahead of its time. Also, you want to, the irony. One of Michael Crichton's worst movies is Looker. And largely because Albert Finney and Susan Day are a couple sort of in it. And he's he's a plastic surgeon who they is like a playboy. It's just very 70s, but it happened in the 80s. But they are scanning these women and then using their perfect form for these commercials. They're digitizing it, and then they don't need the women anymore, so they kill them. And that you could remake Looker right now, but for minus the flashy. By the way, and the flashy memory device where you black out and you can't remember what happened and you're temporarily phased or whatever. That part, I don't know why it's a weird addition to this, but they use this fact that your brain tracks. They can it's a hypnosis gun, really, but it's very much like, I love Looker too, but it's, it just runs afoul of itself. But the little flashy gun is where it seems like Men in Black stole a bunch of that shit from. So anyways, Looker, the part of it about them scanning women and using their likeness in commercials and then to recreate ads you wouldn't necessarily do or whatever, that's coming. Forget it. That's just on its way. That's largely what the SAG strike is about right now. So, you love Looker? Yeah, it's good. I mean, Susan Day is beautiful, and it's a little difficult to not like that part of it because she's gorgeous. And a great opening line. Crichton did a great job where this woman comes in and she wants her face turned back. She's had plastic surgery. And he goes, but you're perfect. He goes, why do you want to change? And she goes, because I'm perfect. And that's like, oh my God. What are we, Glitch McConnelling? What are we, okay, all right. So, let's go back to our videos. We're never going to get through all these. We're running out of time already, and I got a show at Flappers tonight. So, I would like to thank Donald Trump for giving us plenty of entertainment tonight by just being an egomaniacal dickhead. Let's see. Let's get. I defeated 100% of the ISIS caliphate. Don't let the special forces think they did it. I did it. I paratrooped in. They had a whole trust they put on me. Here we go.
I did 100% of the ISIS caliphate. Everyone said that couldn't be done.
They said it couldn't be done. I told Mark Milley, we've done 70%. Can't we just leave? And he was like, no.
I did weeks. We have great generals. We have great military, but not the people you see on television. All other presidents failed. After 20 years, they failed. They worked so hard. They
tried after 20 years of fighting an organization that started about 6 years previous.
So hard. They didn't
know what they were doing. Bush, Cheney, Obama. Nobody knew what they were doing. I figured out how to do it, which was stop worrying about killing civilians.
All before me failed. For 20 years, I defeated ISIS in just a matter of weeks.
Oh, did I drop off the air? Did you lose me? What happened? Am I still on? Like, what are you talking about? Are some people watching the old stream? Is that what's happening? Legal AF and 5. I know. By the way, they're recorded. I'm live, for the record. We were leaving Afghanistan in dignity and strength. We've seen that one. He's just playing it. Crooked Joe's only campaign strategy is indicting me. That's all they can do. Crooked Joe is a Manchurian candidate. New polls, leading by big numbers. Because I'm running out of time, I'm going to do the most recent one, and then we'll go back over some of these over the next couple of days. In case of emergency, break glass. We'll get some of this big stupid. Bill Barr is bad for Fox. We're good. Okay. Here you go.
Why does News?
Hold on. Back up.
Why does Fox News constantly put on slow thinking and lethargic Bill Barr?
Oh, also, I don't know why the screen blacks out when I hit pause. That's very odd. But why did you hire him? I mean, having somebody on as a guest is a easy enough mistake. You can even bring them on if you don't like what they're saying. You think that Sean Hannity has Democratic candidates on because he likes what they're talking about? No, he wants them to eat into Joe Biden. That's all he cares about.
Have the courage or stamina to fight the radical left lunatics while he was the Attorney General of the United States, and
yeah, I don't know how he got that job.
Who, even more important, to fight election fraud, of which there was much.
Of which there was much. much more many fraudness.
Just look at his past remarks. Unless Fox News starts putting on the right people, their ratings will continue to erode.
They're tied with MSNBC, and both of them are doing fine. They're both beating CNN by multiples of 4. I think it was like, what, 1.8 million per, I don't know, whatever segment versus 634 million. Yeah, 634,000 at that's what it was. 634,000 viewers per segment on CNN, 1.8 million on MSNBC and Fox, literally running concurrent.
Down percent from just a short while ago. That's because people don't want to hear Bill Barr, they don't want to hear Karl Rove, and they don't want to hear Mark Thiessen, and some of these people.
They don't want to hear them. I don't want to hear them, so they don't want to hear them. Their numbers have gone up with the wrong people. The wrong people are watching Fox now.
They don't want to hear these people.
They're sick of them.
They want to hear people that are going to turn around our country. They want to hear the people.
Why would we want to turn it around and go back to what? COVID and higher unemployment? What do you want to turn around? I'm dead serious. What specifically? Turn around to before the infrastructure bill? What do you want to do? You want a do-over of the rescue package that you put out? Turn around to what?
People make America great again. And until they do, Fox will suck. And right opposite the
I don't necessarily know that that is true. Because a lot of people watch to see if anybody would take a shot at Trump. So even if he wasn't there, he was there in spirit, you know. Yes, he did so.
They had the highest rated interview in history. I won't say who participated in that interview because I want to keep things nice and friendly. But Fox News.
He means his Tucker Carlson interview. I want to keep things nice and friendly. What do you think? Bragging is unfriendly? Jesus Christ, man. Well, I mean, that makes sense because you have no fucking friends. Also, they had to cut to the side view on this one. If you
should get on the road. It's a road.
He should what? Get on the proper road?
Was a debate in history. And right opposite the debate, they had the highest rated interview in history. I won't say who participated in that interview because I want to keep things nice and friendly. But Fox News should get on the proper road. It's a road to greatness.
Yes. Fox, get on the road to greatness. What? On the road again? Can we get Fox back on the road again?
To making America great again.
The road to making I see.
And first. And if they do that, they will see their ratings surge again.
Surge.
Maybe. Maybe too late. Thank you very much.
Maybe, but maybe it's too late. It's too bad. Fox, what happened to you? All right, one more real quick. Republicans, I hope you're watching. They aren't. Let's see. Highly respected Georgia Senator. We saw that one. Oh, yeah. So let's look at this one. This is the one that is arguably evidence. Did we already look at this? Fuck, they blend together. No, I don't think we did. Does anybody think I really believe I lost Georgia? I don't.
I won the great state of Georgia in 2016.
I easily won it. I believe it. So if you try to do anything about it, I don't know. All of a sudden, by the way, when I pause these videos, they don't freeze. So Trump, what do you think? Rumble has given Trump a thing where if you pause any of his videos when he posts them up there, you can't take his big stupid face, so they can't like grab screen grabs of him going. So they put in a little thing, like we have a thing on Rumble now that if you pause it, it goes to a black screen. Now, it might just be my internet connection, but it also might be a fail-safe.
As president for Georgia and the entire USA, received 10 million more votes than I got nationwide in 2016. Got by far the most votes in history for a sitting president, but shockingly lost Georgia.
Shocking to fucking no one. They have 2 Democratic senators, fucko. The reason Brian Kemp won was he was seen as a balancing force against you. The entire electorate of Georgia was, but for whatever, District 14, wherever Marjorie Taylor Greene is, they were all voting because, like, fuck that guy.
Georgia. All this despite winning.
Georgia, you're on my mind. I don't know the rest of the lyrics, but sweet, sweet Georgia. A little too sweet. Sometimes people like it, but they don't, you know. Sometimes people like it greasy. I would prefer you greasy. I like barbecue.
South in record-setting landslides.
God damn, he's salivating. That's fucking record-setting landslides. The fuck is happening? But what? Is this the whole thing about, like, Adderall makes you salivate a lot?
Finally lost Georgia. All this despite winning nearby Alabama and South Carolina in record-setting landslides. Why did Georgia
Yeah. Fucking gross.
to sign that horrible one-sided consent decree? Nobody to this day has figured that out.
Because it was a national emergency and they still wanted everybody to vote. I guess that's the reason.
I really believe
Okay, fuck this. This one's grossing me out. God damn.
I lost because I don't.
That's the end of it. That's where he goes. That's his exit line. Does anybody really believe? Because I don't. Does anybody really know what time it is? I don't think so. I don't like music, but I know what I like.
One-sided consent decree. Nobody to this day has figured that out. Does anybody really believe I lost Georgia? Because I don't.
Oh yeah, they cut him off because he was like, need a sip of water? Yeah. This is just totally disgusting. I'm sickened by the whole fucking thing. Ugh. Jesus, that's nasty. Oh, and this is official MAGA gear. Quantities are limited. Does anybody believe that? No. Paid for by the Trump Save America Joint Fundraising Committee. He fucking surrendered. He surrendered. He literally surrendered. That's really literally what the process is called. He surrendered. Rather than be arrested, he fucking surrendered. What do you mean never surrender? You did. This motherfucker, you're selling it on a white shirt. You could use it. I made a shirt that literally doubles as a white flag. You could put a stick through it and wave it around. We have cozies if you want to surrender while you're drunk, or if you get up in the morning, have a cup of coffee, surrender early. I like my coffee mugs. Like, oh God. And then the Truth Social ad jumped right to this. Coagu check access in art from Roche. What? This is just rotating ads. It's the first one. All right. We cannot let it happen again. The indictments are going to view the campaign. We saw that one 3 years ago. Safest border. Today it's the worst. Make Atlanta great again. Okay, so let's go. I want to see how many he fucking did of these. Look at these fucking things. People get it. We went all the way. Yeah. COVID, we will not comply. That's where we went. Auto workers, absolute disgrace. We covered that. We were leaving Afghanistan with dignity, and we weren't leaving at all, motherfucker. Crooked Joe's only campaign strategy is indicting me. That's all they can do. It's pretty good, though. Manchurian candidate. New polls out, leading by big numbers. I think that was the last one we looked. Yeah, that was the first one of these. And then he posted his Elon Musk tweets, next level. And then, of course, he did that, dumb fuck. He came back to your site. You want him to keep bringing audience over, but he can't legally because of the contract he signed with these motherfuckers that own True Social. He has a boss now, and if he fucks around, he's going to find out. So he started he posted that and they were like, cease and fucking desist. So like, don't worry, I'll crank out a bunch of footage. That's what this is, by the way. Never mind the fact that it's just him blathering and who gives a shit, and he just cranked these out just for the fuck of it. But this is just to, and he did like that one post that was like an ad for Truth Social. Our hearts go out to everyone impacted by Hurricane Idalia. I urge everyone to listen to your local officials, heed all warnings, and prioritize the safety of yourselves and loved ones. If there's a lockdown, participate. It's for your own safety. Listen to the government good right now, because I'm saying so. I've witnessed the courage, strength, spirit of the great people of Florida many times over the years. Like the way you guys let Jeffrey Epstein have a key to his own cell when he was arrested for being a pedo. I mean, that's the strength and courage that only Florida men get. Together they will recover and rebuild, but in the meantime, be safe, love, and respect to everyone. God bless you all. I'll be in New Jersey. Pretenders to the Throne. My interview with Tucker Carlson, Single Wars. Okay, so we didn't get to the... Okay, so let's look at this one real quick, and then I'll go. I promise, because I got to do some stand-up tonight. Flappers. Oh, by the way, so Flappers sends me a message that their live streaming setup, because the universe is torturing me right now, is down, but they're going to record the show and give me a copy of it, and I can post it. So patrons will get a first view of that. I will post it to a special file on Patreon, and then I will... So sorry about if you were going to watch it remotely tonight. They send it to me usually the next morning. So I'll post it for tomorrow night or Saturday, depending on when they get the file to me. It's up to them. But so I have to wait for them to do that, and they're nice enough to let me do it. So I'm not going to be a dick about it. But by any stretch, so apologies for that. Like it's just I'm ice skating uphill right now. I don't know what it is. It's the deep state. I'm being canceled by the deep state and the establishment. Corporate establishment, deep staters are destroying me. That's what's happening. Okay, let's see his defense. By the way, this is, he's about to lie his ass off because they tried to delete the footage. They just couldn't. And then when they couldn't delete it, they tried to flood the fucking room so that the computers would be destroyed. And they go, well, I don't know. They're all broken. We could drop them off at... we dropped him off with this dude in Delaware, and he fucking salvaged stuff, and he made a copy of it when he wasn't supposed to. All right, here we go.
The security tapes from Mar-a-Lago.
Only a minute.
The security tapes from...
The security tapes about to do.
The security tapes from Mar-a-Lago that evil and sinister prosecutor...
Evil and sinister. Calm the fuck down.
Jack Smith leaked. Or
hold on, he's just
the security Mar-a-Lago that evil and sinister prosecutor deranged Jack Smith leaked, or otherwise stated were deleted or altered.
Okay. What do you mean leaked? Okay, first of all, again, ladies and gentlemen, if I may, you can't leak a lie. Let's just start right there. You can't leak a lie. You can lie about somebody, but if you lie about somebody, you're just lying. If you leak something, that means it's real. If something can be leaked, that means it's real. Now, it might be, there might be a lie of omission in parts leaked and other parts not, incomplete information. That's what Comer's doing, for example. That's in its own way a way of like leaking lies, but that's not ultimately a leak. That's specifically lying through omission. So again, not a leak. That's the controlled dissemination of information to create a false narrative. That's not a leak. A leak is you let it get out. If you let it get out and they're like, hey, he leaked that, it's real.
Not deleted or altered at all. In fact, I didn't even have to give them. These are my tapes. I gave them openly and freely.
No, you didn't. You tried to get rid of them and you couldn't, fuckhead.
Story put out by these government thugs.
Oh, he's getting fucking... he cranked these out all at once and he's getting fucking saliva. This is gross. Shit.
Well, in fact, I didn't even have to give them. These are my tapes. I gave them openly and freely. It was a fake story put out by these government thugs. That's what they are. They're government thugs. They're bad people. Those tapes were openly.
Easy. Bad people. They're children watching. I mean, language.
Without protest or litigation. I didn't have to do that.
You couldn't. You couldn't. It was a valid subpoena.
And then one, Jack Smith, makes me look as bad as possible by leaking fake stories about we altered the tapes. No.
Also, does anybody say altered the tapes? First of all, they're not tapes. Let's be hard drives. They're servers. What happened to the server? Where's the server? The server. I've not heard any shit about, like, they altered what they got. They attempted to do it. They attempted to not give all of it or destroy some of it or any of that. But that's different from altering it. It's weird.
The tapes were not altered.
They weren't even tapes, so maybe that's partly why.
Okay, because I come under the Presidential Records Act. Biden and Mike Pence don't.
Yes, they do. Now, I don't know if Pence does, because I don't know if you in Trump's process of rescinding all of Obama's executive orders. He might have even. I wouldn't be surprised if we found out there was an executive order from Trump that says all executive orders written by Obama are hereby, overturned. Like, I wouldn't be surprised at all if that motherfucker just did a blanket one when he came in, which he would be able to do as president. So in that sense, removing, I think it was Executive Order 13526, is that what it was? The one where Obama gave Biden, classification, declassification powers equal to the president. And also, the vice president, going under the Presidential Records Act, means you have a responsibility to turn stuff over, not that you get to keep a bunch of your records. Does he think the Presidential Records Act means that you get to keep all the records of when you were president? Like, it's the President's Evidence Act, where I get to keep anything that could be used as evidence against me after I leave office to cover my ass. I think that's what he thinks. I think he thinks the name of it creates, it made an impression in his head that it's the opposite of what it actually is.
It's a different kind of a problem. But Joe Biden has documents from when he was a senator.
Right. You're onto something.
It's an impossible. These are classified documents. He's not allowed. But I have the Presidential Records Act, and it was developed and approved by Congress exactly for this purpose.
Yes, it was. It was exactly so that no criminal fucking president could keep records of their time in office hidden from the American people or remove them. But also, again, the Presidential Records Act does not give a former president access to classified material. The fuck? Dude, if you got fired from fucking Denny's, you don't get to come in your fucking uniform and start making eggs in the middle of the night. Fuck off, you don't work here anymore. Never mind. Shit, this is national security.
Thing is a fake charade.
A fake charade? All right. What's a real charade? Aren't charades by their nature a performative fake version of the real thing? Fuck me. Run that whole thing by me again.
Can't do it. It's an impossible. These are classified documents. He's not allowed. But I have the Presidential Records Act, and it was developed and approved by Congress exactly for this purpose. The whole
yes, to throw assholes like you in jail. So that we don't have another Nixon, you dumb fuck. That's not how any of this works. Exactly.
Thing is a charade. The one who is liable and very responsible is crooked Joe Biden, the most crooked, the most corrupt president, the most incompetent president
Projection.
in the history of. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Most corrupt. It's terrible. Everything is in hell. You're going to hell. Crooked Joe Biden is running this country into the shitter. We're going to death and destruction and destroy and death and destruction and destruction. And fuck that and destruction and destruction. Thank you. This one's going to be with me forever. I would like to thank Donald Trump for this Whitman sampler of idiocy, where we can all bite into them and go, nope, this one's nuts too. Nope, that one's nuts too. No, that's that weird fruit jelly. That's not good. That's nuts. That's fucking nuts. Also, is it just me, or does he look really fucking bagged out? Like he got tired while he was doing these, and because his eyes look like it looks like he hasn't slept since the fucking mugshot. Schlapp happy ending. Oh well, Schlapp of course is being there's 2 more allegations of sexual misconduct coming from him, and we're all shocked. I for one don't believe he's gay. Next thing you tell me Liberace was, get out of here. It's a ladies' man. Come on.
These lawsuits are all part of my political opponent's campaign plan.
I don't know. Like, it just feels like every word aches.
Campaign. It is election interference, and they are going to use the DOJ and the FBI to help them, which is totally illegal. It's what happened before. You remember the FBI and Twitter? They call it Twitter files.
They call it Twitter files. You mean that absolute dung heap of shit reporting that proved nothing? If anything, proved the exact opposite of the premise? Because again, if you can ever say no and face no ramifications, you are not under forced coercion. If the FBI can go, we want that person removed, and you can go, nah, I don't think I will. That's called cooperation, and you have a say in it, and there is no government control. None. The minute it happens once and they don't do anything, then all you prove is that they brought something up and you agreed or were already fucking doing it. The Twitter files were so fucking bad that Matt Taibbi has vanished. Every so often, I've seen 2 clips. I think CSL knows this, but I think we've seen 2 fucking clips where he's shown up on Newsmax or some shit way later. Like, who do we sitting around? I don't know who's free. They want to revisit and squeeze some more fucking blood from this stone, and it doesn't work. Like, nobody gives a fuck. But tell me again about how Devin Archer's testimony is going to be the shit and Gal Luft is the guy.
Push this litigation hard to get it done. He wanted to get it done and get it.
He gotta get it done.
Set together. This is a new low in presidential politics.
Well, yeah. Congratulations, you've personally shepherded in a new low in presidential politics. Yes, Donald Trump, congratulations. If America has even breezed by hell on its way back to the road of normalcy, it's thanks to your drunk driving.
Democrats, I say, be careful what you wish for.
Yeah, that's their like, I'm gonna threaten them, and man, oh Shevitz, they're not gonna. Wow. Okay, so I'm going to save a couple of these for tomorrow because I have a feeling he's just going to... I think he just hammered out a bunch of these fucking things. Hey, there's Jason Miller. He re-truthed this piece from Jason Miller. That's the guy who dosed... hey, Republicans. Hey, maggots. On my way out the door, if I may. Donald Trump currently employs this man. This is Jason Miller. And... the next time you bring up Hunter Biden has a child that he is paying support to and that that Joe and Jill have both now acknowledged after the litigation over custody and how it was going to work out. They let the family handle it, and then once they did, okay, now we'll talk about it. Which, to be clear, that all that you want to report on all that rigmarole and all that kind of stuff. Never mind. Don't fucking start with the Palins and Boebert's clan. But on top of that, I want to remind you that Donald Trump still employs a guy who attempted to force a woman to have an abortion by drugging her with the abortion pill. Don't give me this pro-life bullshit. He still works for Trump. Trump is still retruthing him. He's still a representative of this man. And do you know what it would fucking take? I want you to think for a second. Think about the scheming that's involved in a ploy like that. That's some fucking Bill Cosby level shit. But the idea that you are going to dose a woman so that she involuntarily aborts a fetus that is yours. I don't even know what the fuck the pro-life movement is if the leader of your party still employs that fucking dude. Jason Miller did that. Yes, TOS snitch. Yes. He attempted to, he got a stripper pregnant. Oh, let's see what the story is. Hold on. Let me see if I can, let's see. Miller, Martian. Here you go. Yeah. Yeah. Here you go. You wanna. I mean, this is. I have to say, this is one of the few stories that shocked me. It's one of those few stories where I was like, "What the ever-loving fuck?" Ex-Trump aide Jason Miller, by the way, who's now a current Trump aide, and is the pinned tweet or the pinned truth at the top of Truth Social, and that currently works as a surrogate for Donald Trump. Accused of slipping abortion pill into woman's smoothie, president's former communications advisor steps down from his role at CNN following allegations. Let's go scroll down here. Close. Has been accused of getting a woman he met at an Orlando. There you go. He has been accused of getting a woman he met at an Orlando strip club pregnant and then slipping an abortion pill into her smoothie. Mr. Miller's denied the allegations, announcing he was stepping down from his role at CNN, saying he wanted to focus on fighting the false and defamatory accusations being made against me. He lost the case that he filed against her. Yeah. He's also embroiled in a legal dispute with his former lover, AJ Delgado, former Trump campaign staffer, over custody of their son. The pair have argued publicly on Twitter about the case. Fresh allegations made by Ms. Delgado against Mr. Miller were put forward. Online news publication Splinter last week reported that Ms. Delgado's legal team alleged that Mr. Miller, prior to their own high-profile extramarital romance, carried out an affair with a woman he met at an Orlando strip club. According to court documents cited, when the woman found out she was pregnant, Miller is alleged to have dosed her with an abortion pill without her knowledge, leading the woman claims to the pregnancy's termination and nearly her death. Court documents, as reported by Splinter, claimed the pill was placed in a smoothie and caused the unnamed woman, referred to in the documents as Jane Doe, to lose the child and be hospitalized for a number of days. The pills induced an abortion, and Jane Doe wound up in a hospital emergency room bleeding heavily and nearly went into a coma. After his lawyer denied the claim to Splinter, Mr. Miller, who worked as senior communications advisor to Mr. Trump during his campaign and served as communication director of the Trump transition team before joining CNN as a paid contributor, took to Twitter. He said, "I've decided to step away from my role as a political commentator at CNN to focus on clearing my name." Okay, they fired him. They allowed him to step away because he hasn't, formally been charged, whatever. He added, "The lack of veracity in the report doesn't matter, however, in the court of public opinion, where fraudulent statements and a lack of factual support rule the day as long as it fits into a tweet. Welcome to the fucking world you created, asshole." He wrote, Splinter also failed to do anything to corroborate the accuracy of Ms. Delgado's defamatory accusations, which had already been disproven by at least one reporter whom Ms. Delgado attempted to involve in her continuous attempts to smear me. What? All right. The new allegations were wrongfully published by a gossip blog, Splinter. Clear my name. He did not, by the way. He lost his suit in that thing. So that's pro-life. That's and that guy, by the way, like I said, is not. He still works for Trump. Got his job back. Yeah, it's murder. It's attempted murder of the mom, and by all. I mean, she was probably in the first trimester is the idea, or relatively early in it, that he tried to do it, like when when it was still in zygote phase. But to pro-lifers, that would be murder, absolutely. It was certainly fucking after conception. They believe life starts at conception, then Jason Miller is a murderer, according to pro-lifers, absolutely. But goddamn, think about what it would take to do that to another human being. Think about what you would like. The process. You think about it, you come up with the plan, and then where do you get it? You get somebody to get you a prescription, right? Do you get another girl like, hey, do you have the morning after pill or the RU486? Do you have access to that? Can I get some? Because I know somebody who wants some, and she works in the White House, and she's a little nervous about stuff. So you don't know if or I could get some, or you could lay it off on fucking Michael Cohen or somebody like that, or Sean Hannity or whatever. You could whisper, campaign it around, and go, it's for somebody big, but it's not obviously Trump. He's got a different setup in place. Could you get me that? And then you get it. And then you think about, like, what could I hide this in? If I put it I can't put it in an alcoholic beverage because I can't do that. If I put it in a smoothie, that people I'll grind it up and I'll put the powder in a smoothie and have her drink that while we have a conversation. I'll sit there while we discuss what we're going to do and make sure she finishes it. Like, I'm genuinely think about like the process, just even your flippant total disregard for her own safety and God and obviously, and her consent in carrying a child to term, if that's up to her. Never mind the pro-life mythology. God damn. Like, you guys know how I feel about how people will talk about nonviolent crime, and they'll go, like burglary. Burglary is not a nonviolent crime. It's an act of violence, and it is also an act of ego. You have to, think about the ego it takes to think, I belong in somebody's house whether they've given me a key or not. Think about what that would require of you to think that. Yeah, I can go in their house. Fuck it. I'll just bust a window. Think about the just conceptualize that for a second. I belong in there, rifling through their shit, looking for money they might have stashed for a rainy day, fucking drugs, their painkillers if they're on them, loose guns, fucking their TV set. It's mine. Just the ego behind being a burglar. Now stack that the fuck up on this dude. Good Lord. I just hideous. So, on that note, I got to go do some comedy. It's 5:30 already, and I'm going to go meet Carl for dinner. I got to be over there at 6:30. And like I said, we're going to tape the show tonight. I will post it as soon as they send it to me for the Patreon folks, and then thereafter for our beloved regular viewers. It's the only thing you can argue that I give the Patreons dibs on for all their long-term support and their continued support of the show, and I thank you guys so much for that. We're ordering more blue patches. Thankfully, we got the demand to reopen the blue patch thing has come, which is great. But I want to order them first before we do that, because I know we'll get an influx. So, or I might just change the color of the patch for the new the new era. We'll figure it out. But because the place that I order from might not be in business anymore. We'll see. But I got to go do stand-up with what's left of my voice. And thanks to, again, to everybody who came to the jam last night. It was such a good feeling, that show. God damn, I had fun. It was just a beautiful thing. And I thank you guys. I hope to get back to the point where we can live stream the jam. I have already talked to them about what I would say is a recording device up near the soundboard that records the kind of stereo sound of the environment instead of a board mix, which can be a little harsh and doesn't actually recreate the sound of the place. You can't hear the audience. So that when we, video it and stream it out, and people can watch and support the show and the performers that way if they so choose. Or even if I just fucking bogart the goddamn stream and send it to my channel. God help me on all the copyright strikes I'll get. But I recorded 360 some of the songs, and I'm going to post. I've been wanting to do 360 videos for a long time, so you can look at the audience and you can see our point of view and that kind of stuff. So I'm going to start posting those. They will not be monetized, so I won't get any ads or any of that other stuff, and I hope I don't get any copyright strikes on them. But we'll see how that. I don't know. I see a lot of people posting their band performances and they don't get hit, but I don't want to get my channel shut down on that shit because they've been looking for an excuse for a long time. That lawyer at UMG who attacked the show before, that worries me. So I'll do my best. Maybe I start up a separate music channel that's just an addendum to that. Might be the answer. But either way, I love you guys. I appreciate all the support and the fun. Thank you guys for being the most generous and fun audience. Your hair looks really pretty. Oh, thanks. I'm glad. I feel good about my hair these days. It's good. It's a good length. I did a little trim earlier. I went at it with a pair of scissors, and its body came back. It's nice. So, anyways, I adore you guys. Thanks so much. I got to go. It's a Midwestern goodbye, as we always do. And I will see you tomorrow. Show will be on at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, my time, and our regular time. Hopefully on Friday, we'll get some guests in there. I would love to get Boston Brian in with us either Friday or Saturday for, like if it's Friday, it'd be for an hour. If it's Saturday, for a half hour, the second half of the opening hour of the radio show. We'll work that out. And then get Texas Paul in here and talk to him about some of this stuff. I do get high on life. I do not drink. I do not do drugs. I am not going to, and I do not judge you if you do them. I will just drive you home safely and drop you off. Because that's the kind of guy I am. No, you look marvelous. And by the way, anybody recognize the shirt? Anybody know, like, what club that's from? I did unleash the hair, that's true. Hopefully somebody in there, you can see how the chat just jags and then stops, and it stops, and then eventually goes, prap. It's very strange today. I think it's just internet shit. But, all right, I'm gonna let you guys go. I gotta hit the road. Wish me luck. It'll be a fun show tonight. I'm excited. Yeah, 6 more thumbs up. 6 more thumbs up for 1,000. Let's get in there. Just thumbs up on your way out the door. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. Pass the show around. Love you guys. CSL, I don't know if we can cut this show up into smaller chunks than we normally do. This might help us a bit because some of my segments are a bit long. It's what you get for being a stickler for the truth. God damn it.